Hello, the House of Tarot YouTube followers and listeners. Welcome to today's reading. Today we're doing a reading with the full moon happening tomorrow on 1/3/26. So it's our first full moon of the year. I'm sure some of you may already be feeling some of that full moon energy, as well as my last video, how the ending cut off. I was going to repost it or repost a part B of that video to make sure the ending was heard, but I feel like just leaving it. I feel that was divine intervention. Maybe that message did not need to get across, whatever that may be. I did not remember what the message was. I just too could not hear it because the music was too loud at the end. So we're gonna go ahead and go with poinsettia. Okay, beautiful. Cast the shadows, scream silence at them. Dear witch, what lurks inside transforms into the most beautiful of beauty. I feel like concentrate on what you're feeling inside because it's pouring out of you. I had this question today recently in one of my prompts, and it was, does your outside reflect what you feel inside? So if some of you feel like you're super love on the inside, or maybe super the opposite, possibly super negative, and your outside is reflecting the complete opposite, or you want to kind of fix on the outside. So kind of concentrate on that. What's lurking on the inside transforms into the most beautiful of beauty. So something inside you may be transforming, something that possibly you left behind last year that's manifesting through the new moon of last month of last year, coming forth with this big super full moon that I am definitely feeling. I have a headache today, not feeling myself, but I'm still going to go with it because something wants to transform out of this. I feel like some of you are getting some sort of transformation, and I feel like whatever, possibly even on the inside, maybe something that possibly isn't where you want to be, not as positive as you thought it would be starting the new year, thinking of it as something transformative. So something would transform from this feeling, possibly some sort of place where you kind of just give up on something, where you let something go, where you've exhausted something. So something that you've really poured into that's time to just release. So something might be released with this new moon, full moon that's coming up tomorrow. Hope I could get this video out there as soon as possible. We're going to take from our moon deck, and I'm feeling release blocks. So the falling moon. So something might be feeling like a fall, and I'm feeling like something that might be feeling kind of scary, like those roller coaster rides where you're up high and then they just jolt down. So some kind of big fall. So something that's possibly really feels like a fear and possibly needs to be released. You might have to face this fear. Some of you might be facing a fear at the this next week, the end of this week, something having to do with this full moon, facing some sort of fear, having no fear, also kind of realizing, actually, I'm not that afraid of that outcome. If that's the outcome and I've poured everything, then that's fine. That's the outcome that I'm supposed to live out. For some reason unknown to you, we don't get to know the reasons of why things happen, but something that kind of makes your stomach a little nauseated, something in your throat. And I'm feeling it right now. That's how I'm describing it to you, because something's channeling through me to tell you it's okay to have that fear. You might have to face that fear, and you're going to feel a lot stronger at the end. You're going to feel a lot more powerful. So some of you are facing like some sort of diagnosis even. I feel like facing that fear, the diagnosis, and kind of knowing that you're going to come out of it. And when you reach out of the other side of that diagnosis and just realizing how powerful you are, that's where all this is coming from. Just realizing your power, realizing how strong you are. So we also have the 8 of Cups. So something very emotional possibly poured through you these past couple of days coming into the full moon. And I feel like by the full moon, you're going to release this emotion. I feel like you're feeling proud, you're feeling strong, you're feeling kind of away from that thing. So whatever it may be, I feel like there might have not been a resolution to it, whatever it was, whether some of you didn't get what you wanted out of a job, out of a relationship, out of some sort of outcome. I feel like you're coming away with it with no resolution, but yourself feeling okay with it, feeling okay with that resolution of being no resolution. I'm not saying it was easy. It's quite emotional with the way the Ace of Cups is, and kind of having to start over. So a lot of starting over energy as well. And we did come into the new year. We have the first full moon of the new year, the first days of we're going into the horse, which is taking you through. So last year was kind of a shedding, the snake shed. So something shedded away from you. And now you're going into a season where all this emotion, I feel like it won't go to rest. It's always an emotional ride at times, but it won't be kind of too far one way or too far the other way. So I don't see big jolts of farness. I see a centeredness. So you've already gone through the big roller coasters where it's up and down, up and down. So that falling moon, that feeling of down and then rising up again and then down. So I feel like it's over. that kind of feeling. So we have, oh, the star for your subconscious. I feel like you know that you're being divinely guided at the end of the day. You see something always kind of lit up for you. I feel like deep down, you know, you're going to get what you desire. Everyone desires different things. I feel like you, for yourself, you know you're going to have that what you desire. I also see you kind of bathing under this full moon, whether this is by a window in the least closed possible, kind of in the way you came into this earth, or kind of just even envisioning, if some of you don't feel comfortable with that, you could just envision that, or kind of be in your nightgown or whatever it may be and open the window, not obviously with the lights on, but kind of taking in the energy of the stars, the celestial energy, also the full moon energy. So I do see yourself kind of bathing in this, and then knowing that you're divinely guided. I feel like deep down you know this. I feel deep down you know you are being guided towards something bigger than yourself. And I feel when you get there, you're going to remember this reading, if this is the reading that you're listening to. Oh, we have the Empress. So this is for a near future placement. So this could be as far as a baby, as far as something new, birthing something new, even birthing your new self. I always see this card as the birth of the new self. So we did have last year shedding of the skin. This year, a horse will carry us through. And with this new moon, I feel like it starts the birth of the new self. This is also kind of like a Venus card to me. Venus up there in the sky, and knowing that she's always divinely guided. So kind of resting in this. I also see her kind of resting and just knowing that everything's fine. You should take a first step into something that you desire. Obviously, you have to take some sort of step. You can't just rest and expect to have the perfect body, but possibly starting a little walk around the block or things like that. Perfect body to you. So everyone has different desires, different needs, different outcomes. So knowing that you can rest in this, but also taking the first step towards it. So kind of being in it, reading about it, visualizing yourself about it, being in the outcome, being in the end. Some of you, this also might be a new baby, a new fur baby, a new pet, something new to nurture. So this could be anything, a new business. So this is definitely coming within the beginning of this year is what I'm seeing with this full moon energy. So kind of investing in that. So some of you had an idea of starting something, go ahead and start, because I feel like the full moon is behind you. I feel like all the stars are behind you. All the stars are lining up just to do this thing. So whatever it may be, I feel like it is time for you. Oh, for the U placement, we had the Magician. We had the Magician with the last reading that kind of cut out towards the end with the loud music, but the Magician is alchemizing energy. So in your U placement, I do see you kind of like alchemizing something. So maybe alchemizing all this emotional ride, this roller coaster ride that somebody or something took you on, even if it's just yourself, even if it was all in your mind. I feel like you went through some sort of emotional ride, and now you get to alchemize this. So whatever came out of it, wherever you could place that energy. So I feel like it's kind of just displaced energy. So if you're pouring into somebody that kind of didn't want you back, or wasn't putting the same effort in, kind of re-evaluating that energy into yourself, alchemizing it. Okay, well that didn't work out, so I get to alchemize it this way towards somebody that may need me, or kind of alchemizing it out, helping others, helping yourself, putting yourself in a place where you can help somebody. I heard this phrase today: when in doubt, look out. So possibly helping somebody as well. I see your environment going backwards a little bit, and it's with your family. So possibly your parents or siblings, your childhood memories, things like that. So kind of looking out at how far you've come, even from the past. A memory I know I have is kind of knowing that this isn't my life forever, whatever you might have lived through. So kind of even having that empowerment to take you further, to see how far you've come, and feeling empowered with that as well. I'm going to take one more card for these cards. Okay, so I feel like your fear is all the work that has to go into something, and I feel like you see it way too far away. But if you started today, imagine in 5 years. Like, I was just thinking COVID was like only 5 years ago, almost 6 years ago now, and look how far we already are. Like, so much has changed, so many things have changed, so many people have come in and out of lives, also in a physical form, not just like possibly losing somebody, but also just kind of moving on from somebody, even spiritually. If some of you are in a place where you are, learning that you can like let somebody go spiritually as well, and reinvest what was for them and bring it into yourself. I'm going to take one outcome card. I'm going to go with this one. So this person's kind of walking away. I see you kind of walking away from something that was pretty emotional for you. Again, we have this emotional type of cards in the table. So something that was very emotional for you and not easy. So it wasn't easy to let this go, but I feel like it's ultimately an empowerment move. You're going to feel empowered. Also with our Empress on the table, she's very soft, she's very quiet, but she's very empowered. Like she just knows she's going to get what she wants. With the Star on the table as well, and the Magician, it's like you're going to get what you want. You just have to kind of take that first step, take that first move, whatever it may be, not having fear with it, just kind of moving on and knowing that you did put everything where it needed to be, and it just wasn't for you at the end of the day. So this full moon brings a lot of energy of letting go, of resting, of bathing in some way, whatever it may be, even if you just want to take a mental bath with the sunlight, with the moonlight and things like that, with the celestial. So this first full moon is happening within the next 10 hours, I believe, or 8 hours, and hopefully I could get this video posted as soon as possible. So with that, please just take what resonates, leave the rest. I do offer readings at thehouseoftarot.etsy.com. With that, I leave you guys. Bye-bye.